Hello and good afternoon. Welcome in to Allen Hancock College football. We are on the campus of the Wildcats of West LA College. Along with Stephen Hodges, I'm CJ Silas. Thank you so much for being here. Your Bulldogs are 1-1 on the season, and the Wildcats of West LA College are 1-2. We drove into the city of Los Angeles, and all of a sudden, I think we got right through the Sepulveda Pass, and it started raining. Welcome in, by the way. It's our first time working together.
It is our first time working together, even though you've seen my work on the show before, if you've been paying attention, because I do the stats typically for the home games, and last week, Charles Summer, and we did that broadcast. So
I appreciate that, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
I was at Vanderbilt watching LSU and Vanderbilt. My first SEC football game ever.
Oh,
it was super fun.
And from what you told me, it was a blast.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so because you were at the game last weekend at Ventura, and we talked about this a little bit before we turned on our mics, though the score was a little bit lopsided, you said that Hancock really wasn't losing that badly until the fourth quarter.
Well, you look at the final score of 35-14, and you say, well, of course, Ventura must have controlled that game. And the honest truth was, until the end of the fourth quarter, Hancock had the ball, was driving, was down by a touchdown, 21-14, and then a couple bad possessions where, they weren't able to finish in the red zone there. Field had a few quick possessions where they gave it right back to Ventura, and Ventura capitalized. So the score makes it look worse than it was. Overall, Hancock put on an admirable showing against Ventura, who's one of the best city colleges in the state of California. So we got a lot of things going.
Outlined by the blue and their white helmets with the blue stripe. Captains for the Wildcats, number 1, Jaquez Wilson, number 5, J.J. Liava, and number 77, Chase LeBlanc. And for the Bulldogs, number 11, Kurt McDonald, number 18, Gavin Grandal. As you notice, it's a little gray. The rain has finally stopped, though the truth is we're both soaking wet.
A little bit.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
When you think about the LA forecast, how often you sit there and say, yeah, rain could hit at any moment.
Any moment.
A little bit of a surprise this afternoon.
And Cade England will be kicking off for the Bulldogs, the sophomore. He is at El Paso Robles High School. He'll be kicking off to the Wildcats. The Wildcats are 1-2. Margay Miller is their most recent head coach. He's new to the Wildcat program, and we will see what we might see from an offense that throws a little bit more than the Bulldogs running offense. We'll be getting underway here the first quarter. Welcome in. We appreciate you being here with Bulldog football. Allen Hancock is 1-1 on the year. CJ, Silas, and Stephen Hodges getting you set for all the play-by-play for the Bulldogs' third game of their 2019 campaign. The kick's up, and it's fielded in the end zone. Darian Boyd runs it out to right near the 20-yard line.
This is bringing the Bulldog defense onto the field. The defense should have a great game today. The Wildcats have given up 15 sacks through their first 3 games. Hancock's averaged 2 sacks a game coming into this one with 4 sacks in their first 2 games. This defensive line is hungry. They had a lot of pressures against Ventura that forced the ball out quick, but we'll see how they do today.
Any big injuries that you saw from the game against Ventura?
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 19. It was a 19-yard kickoff return by Darian Boyd. Under center, Austin Amore, the sophomore out of Independence High School, Nashville, Tennessee, where I was last weekend. He's in the shotgun. In motion is the tight end. He rolls to his left. And a pass by Qualik Davis.
Yeah, Qualik Davis playing out there on the kind of nickel back, kind of intermediate slot defense. Nice little corner route there, deflected nicely by Qualik Davis. Got a hand on it, and I think he was looking to maybe intercept that one. Just couldn't quite come around.
A little bit too high for him, but he did get a piece of it. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 19-yard line. The rain has stopped, which is kind of nice. This one, a quick pass from the line of scrimmage. That one intended for Christian Popescu and complete.
In and out of the hands, and right now I'm the ball heavier, and it takes it a little bit more time to get out of the quarterback's hands, and it flies funny. So I'd adjust a little bit if I were West LA.
Weapons that the Wildcats will use in the passing game, and then Keisha ball on the ground. So it'll be
your punter to be zone as you have 5.
It bounces. Great
Back, so they've run a set of
was back to him. One of the Garcia to start off this game for the Bulldogs. Garcia, the sophomore from Pioneer Valley High School. DJ Whitmill, the sophomore running back for 184.
The guy to start off this offense. He's them off to a great start with another.
On the 1st and 10.
Newkirk and
Whitmill just came back in. Yep.
Back and forth for this opening drive, and they're really
2-yard gain on it right around the 14.
cut. Boyd, you got to have good balls. Really.
For
more take that aggression out.
On the Powers, the sophomore at a Hoff. 2nd and 3 for the home Wildcats. In motion goes Irie. And it looks like it's Devion Randall, the ball carrier, the sophomore. He's
low mesh read, and normally when you're doing that mesh read as a quarterback, you're reading the front side. That pressure came from the backside, completely unblocked, and that's really dangerous when you're trying to get that option thing. You need a lot of time to develop the ball. It wasn't there.
A 4-yard loss. 3rd and 7 for the Wild. And it's a Bulldog sack.
This defensive line is getting it done today. I mean, they're aggressive in the backfield. The Wildcats have tried to use the screenplay. They've tried to use the option, all these types of things that are designed to take aggression out of the defense, make the defense play a little bit more hesitantly. The Bulldogs haven't bit. They're continuing to come downhill and really put pressure on the quarterback.
A 6-yard loss. Now it's 4th and 13, and another punt, 2 3-and-outs in a row for the home Wildcats. Or Hernandez in the end zone, set to punt. And this is a nice punt. It's at the 43 by Ray Young.
This isn't going to quite flip the field, but it's a better situation than they had the last time they took over the ball. Ray Young had was about 10-yard return, so taking care of theirs. And right now for the Wildcats, they're just happy that wasn't blocked. Hancock blocked balls on that punt.
1st and 10 from LA versus.
That's actually a Grondal coming under center. They're cycling.
Oh, he did
with their running back.
Exactly the same on these uniforms. Let's be honest.
and that's something that typically, if you're going to change your quarterback, you do it at quarter breaks. You do it when there's a little bit of time to kind of sit and coach your quarterback. So Grondal and Garcia appear to be sharing snaps with the running back committee, also sharing snaps. That's a new look for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we haven't seen this before. It's 8 with Grondal under center. And he gives it to the running back.
Maurice Smith.
And Maurice Smith is in. And Maurice Smith is in, the freshman out of Richmond Hill, Georgia. He's got 3 touchdowns on the year so far for Allen Hancock.
It looks like it's going to be between him and Quali Davis on this series. And Maurice Smith is really one of those guys that Brandon, our statistician assistant, he said, yeah, this is a guy that can break out. So
we saw Whitmill and Newkirk with Matt Garcia. This is Davis, the ball carrier.
And Davis really had the ball away from his body as he carried that. I mean, that's not a great job of ball security. As you're coming around that corner, you got to keep it tight because you're going to be expecting hits both from the side, in front, and behind. It's a major ball security problem when you have a sweep like that and the ball's away from your body.
Okay, now it's Terrence Rayner coming in with the play, the freshman running back out of Havelock, North Carolina. He's got 2 touchdowns this season. So it's 4th and short. Bulldogs going for it with Grandal under center. Gives it to Rayner. He finds a hole on the left. We're not that high in the stadium, so it's actually a little bit difficult. We're lower even than we are in the press box at home in Santa Maria.
Yeah, consider this a little bit more of like a coach's view, a little closer.
Yes,
to the
but
field.
it is a first down.
And it's a first down. Rayner looked to the right side, which was the play side. Nothing there. Very smartly cuts back and finds the hole right behind the tackle.
1st and 10 now. Bulldogs from the 20. Grandal under center. And this time he gives it to Smith. And Smith runs into traffic right at the line of scrimmage.
And we talked about the great vision of Rayner there. I think that there's something there for Smith just to the outside. And so coach is probably going to talk to him a little bit, see what can happen, because if he keeps his hips, find it.
1 gain on the play. No score. 7:56. And the clock is ticking here in the first. Grandal, the play caller. First set of downs, it was Garcia. And it's
an interesting setup for the quick pass set. So a different look for them and maybe just something to nice little quick talk.
5 of after 2 games this year between Grandal and Garcia. Grandal under center once again on the 3rd and 9. For help in the end zone. A receiver on the far side inside the 5. And it's Isaiah Rowland.
And just got free there, found a little space underneath the zone, and that's what you want to see when your quarterback's under pressure. Extend the route, find the soft spot in the coverage, and just get open, make something happen, and that's exactly what we saw.
And we were just talking about how they haven't passed much this year, and there they go. First pass and a completion for the Bulldogs. No score. It's a 1st and goal from the 3. And it's Smith, the ball carrier. And it's a touchdown, Bulldogs. Maurice Smith, a 3-yard touchdown for the freshman out of Georgia.
And that's what you want to see from your running back, just getting behind the big bodies and getting into the end zone. Powers his way in, and Smith hasn't seen a ton of action compared to the other running backs. But, when you're put into this offense, we're going to be part of a 6 running back stable. You got to make the best of every chance you get. And here we see Maurice Smith cashing in on his chance, getting in from 3 yards out. Great job by the Bulldogs getting on the board first.
He leads the team now with 4 touchdowns. It's 6-0 Bulldogs. First team to get on the board here at West LA, 6-9. And the extra point is up. And it hits the upright, so that's it. It's 6-0 Bulldogs with 6:19 remaining in the first quarter. For Stephen Hodges, I'm CJ Silas. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Bulldog Football and Athletics.HancockCollege.edu. Welcome back to West LA College. Bulldogs get on the board first with a lead at 6-0 with 6:19 remaining in the first. Back for the Wildcats. Darian Boyd And it's a touchback in the end zone for the Wildcats.
And that's a great idea there by Boyd. Last time he tried to make a play happen when he didn't have the blocking. Here he looks up, recognizes there's nothing there, and smartly takes the knee. I think someone got in his ear. Coverage. Don't worry about it. If you take a knee in the end zone, that's essentially a 20-yard return that you're just getting for free.
Cade England doing the honors at kicking off for the Bulldogs. Now the defense for Chris Dutra coming out on the field. Chris Dutra in his 19th season as the head coach for the Bulldogs. Last week, Hancock lost to Ventura 35-14. First play from scrimmage, Amore finds Powers for a complete pass just past the 30.
The big puzzle here for the Wildcats is going to be how to break that pressure on the quarterback. Amore has been running for his life early here so far. So if I'm the Wildcats, I'm going to let the quarterback. He can really run the ball well. I think that threat of the run is going to be what ends up making
into the shoes of the guys on the field. A gain of 5 on the play. It's 2nd and 5 for West LA. This time Amore to his left, and he finds Todd Airy. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. A-R-Y. Airy.
Ari, one of the two. Either way, it finds the nice little soft coverage there on the flat. Get in there. The flat's usually open, and he finds the area on that flat. Gets for 3rd and 2, which is very manageable.
3-yard gain on the play. The pass to the tight end. It's 3rd and 2 for the Wildcats. This time, he's in the shotgun with Randall in the backfield. He pitches it to Randall, who runs to the right. He gets a first down, and he's still running towards the 50, still going at the 45, the 40, to the 35. He's got a couple blockers in front of it.
John would think that they could get a piece of him, and then he took it away at the last second. That's the definition of elusive running by a running back right there. Great job just continually making something out of nothing, getting into a corner, escaping. It's like a mouse escaping from a cat the entire play.
San Pedro High. It's a 1st and 10 from the 10 for the Wildcats, trailing 6-0 with 4:25 remaining in the first. And there's a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. The nothing for HancockCollege.edu.
Pressuring down. And with Grondal at quarterback, I'm not sure how afraid they are if that long ball, that last one, required a pass interference call to get him a new set of downs. So expect him to keep bringing the pressure through the box.
No gain on the play. Khalik Davis brings the play in for the Bulldogs on a 3rd and 7 at their own 45. And this one on the play action to the near side. Grondal's looking, trying to find Ray Young, and it's a complete pass to the freshman out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. And another flag on the play.
And I think this could be a hold that rollout lasted quite a while, and that's usually where you're going to get that penalty against the offense is holding on that rollout. Illegal block.
Number 71, replay 3rd down.
Jacob Hernandez all the way back. The 35-yard line. So it'll be a 3rd. Wow, 3rd and 7. 3rd and 17 for the Bulldogs. They're up 12-7 with 11:54 remaining here in the first half. Steven, do you see the play clock? Is there a play clock on the field? I don't know. I feel like I can't. Oh, and he's in trouble behind the line of scrimmage, and he fumbles it on the sack. Let's see who recovers it. Gavin Grondell sacked inside the 30.
Well, I don't see a play clock.
There is no play clock on the field.
There's a play clock on the left end zone. There's one far off. They're not in their usual spots, but they are here. Either way, that snap was delayed because of the umpire standing over the ball, so you're not going to throw a flag if you cause them to be delayed.
Right. Oh, I see it now. I see one play clock. There it is. It's way on the other side. It's actually in the parking lot.
Yeah,
it's in
the
play clock is in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I'm looking past the end zone, I'm looking on the track, I'm looking past the scoreboard, and there it is on the gymnasium. It's a 4th and 24. Zacharias with the punt. Dropped at the 33. And dropped again at the 33. It looks like Caleb Jenkins fielded the punt for the Wildcats.
And the Bulldogs lucky there because the blocking was set up by the return quite well. If that was not bobbled, quite possibly the Wildcats could have tied and maybe even gone ahead in this game. In fact, they would have because I forgot Bulldogs missed both their PATs. So Hancock really lucked out that was just bobbled a little bit because Wildcats set up their blocking perfectly.
Wildcats take over now, a 1st and 10 from their own 35, trailing 12-7 with 11:04 remaining in the first half. The rain has stopped in West LA, and there's some movement on the line of scrimmage and flags on both sides.
Well, this is going to be a clear false start, and really the Bulldogs got away with one again because they had jumped as well,
yes,
unrelated to the wide receiver.
There were 2 jumps consecutively, and this will go against West LA.
And that frustrates a team when your wide receivers are jumping off sides because they can look down the field and see the ball. And in fact, many offenses don't even tell the wide receivers what the cadence is so that they don't jump. They just watch for the ball to be snapped and go like the defense does.
Caleb Jenkins jumps. It's a 1st and 15. Jenkins in motion. Amore wants to pass. He's looking up the middle. And he throws it to Justin Powers, who would have made an acrobatic catch had he gotten it, and he would have had wide open field. And it would have been another touchdown for Powers, but he couldn't hold on to it, though. I was surprised he even got a finger on it.
Well, he wrangled it with, kind of the inner part of his hand and looked like he was going to start bringing it in an Odell Beckham-esque fashion.
Yes,
that's it. And he had the speed to break past anyone once he wrangled it in, but just barely got out of his control. And I tell you what, that's another break for the Bulldogs. First on the punt return, now on defense. They're getting some luck here.
It's kind of crazy you would say that the Odell Beckham-esque. It's going to be how people describe stuff in the future because he's so acrobatic and so talented. The ball carrier's Randall. He fights his way past the 35. Not enough for a first down.
Well, I know something that a lot of people say is, well, it's so easy to make catches these days with the gloves and, everything just sticks. Powers is not wearing gloves for starters. Secondly, it's not true. It's not that easy to make that catch.
No way. He's going to be someone that we talk about for years to come. 3rd and 7 for the Wildcats from their own 37. 10:18 on the clock. Down by 6. 5. Down by 5. 12-7. Amore. Oh, whistle before he gets the play off.
Yeah, that's just a delay game. They try to play the clock and find out, hey, what's the defense up to? Let's get a change based on what we see in the personnel and setup of where they're lined up. It just took too long. The offense was taking their time reading. They're going to say it's a false start, but offense was just taking their time reading the plays on their wristbands and took a little too long.
It'll be a 3rd and 12 for the Wildcats from their own 32. Austin Amore, the sophomore quarterback out of Independence High School in Nashville, Tennessee. I was just in Tennessee last week. I might tell you about it, if you're lucky. Amore's in trouble, but he does complete a pass behind the line of scrimmage. So it's a complete pass, but no gain on the play as he scrambled to get that ball away.
Great presence of mind, finding his check down there. Justice Powers just out on the outside in case things go wrong on that screen, which they went very wrong. If they had gone to the intended receiver, would have been an easy interception for the defense. So normally on that screen play, you just throw it into the ground, find your running back, but at least found Powers, gave him a chance to make a play. Didn't happen, but the ability was there.
A 1-yard gain on the play. It'll be a 4th and 11 for the Wildcats. It's the punting team comes in, and the punt is up. And it's a short punt. It bounces at the 35, and it has a Wildcat roll all the way to the 15.
And that bounce gave them a huge difference in field position. If that had been returned originally, it would have been up, 15 yards closer, I'd say. So maybe one that should have been fair caught instead of allowed to bounce. But right now, Hancock's got to feel all right about their field position. They've had some long drives in this game, and this has been their more effective crew so far as they've been rotating out their running backs and their quarterbacks.
8:50 remaining in the first half. Bulldogs lead at 12-7. First and 10 from their own 15, an 85-yard field to cover for the 1-1 Bulldogs. It's Matt Garcia under center. Gives it to Whitmill. He runs to the right side. Actually, it was Eddie Battle, the ball carrier, the sophomore out of Henry County High School in Georgia. He comes into the game, 18 carries, 151 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, there's
a flag.
Some nonsense after the play here that's going to lead to a flag. And, I'm not sure if it's going to be unnecessary roughness or a personal foul for, it's basically taunting versus something physically happening, but there's a long delay.
Unsportsmanlike. Against the Wildcats.
A couple of linemen had gotten tangled up with the Hancock Bulldogs with one Wildcat in between them, and I wasn't sure what was being said or done, but unsportsmanlike conduct means something was said.
15-yard penalty. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 30 for the Bulldogs. They're up by 5. They're still talking. Garcia under center. A 4-yard gain on the play.
That's a nice little gather step by Rayner to readjust himself. He's going to the left, gets himself together, cuts back to the right, and ends up getting a pretty good gain as a result. It's one of the things I like about Terrence Rayner's game is his agility through the hole.
Rayner, the ball carrier. In comes Eddie Battle. Now he's in the backfield. Bulldogs have 3 timeouts left in the first half. Battle with the ball. Pushing his way, but can't get much of anything. Maybe a yard gain, maybe one.
These personal fouls that are occurring with the jawing and the discussions really are going to end up hurting the running backs because they're going to have to blow the whistle much earlier and not allow the running backs to fight for more yards and get that extra push that sometimes is the difference between a first down and ending up with having to punt the ball.
1 yard gain on the play, 3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs. Khalik Davis now in the backfield. And it's a pitch from Garcia on the left side. Davis finds a hole. He gets a first down. He's still moving. He crosses midfield, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
I think that is the cut block by Hansen that opened up the great hole there. You got to break contain on the sweep play. That's the entire point. Cut block opens up that outside zone, just opens up the entire sideline for, Khalik Davis getting all the way up the field. So, great job blocking it and giving Davis the best chance he has to make a play.
19-yard gain on the play on the Khalik Davis carry. Bulldogs up by 5. 12-7 here with 6:49 remaining in the first half. Matt Garcia, the quarterback, the sophomore out of Pioneer Valley High School. Another run play. This one's Rainier on the near side, and he gets a Bulldog first down. He runs down the sideline around the 30, and there's a flag on the play. Terrence Rainier, the freshman, 5'10", 200, using his weight after that first near hit on that run.
Well, he's not the tallest running back, but he's definitely dense. You say, 5'10", 200. That is a muscular stature, and that stiff arm gets shown off in amazing use. A lot of people like to talk about jukes and dives. I love the stiff arm. I think it's the best move in the running back's, arsenal when he's got it.
And this one's against the defense again.
15 yards, half the distance to the goal line from the end of the run.
Another foul against the Wildcats. It's going to take this ball after the gain. It's going to be down at the 12. They place the ball at the 12, 1st and 10 on the Wildcat 12 for the Bulldogs. Garcia. Another handoff. And Eddie Battle crosses the 10. Looks like he got about 4 yards on that play, Stephen.
And I'm not sure what it is about this set of, Garcia with these running backs that's been so effective, but this set of players has just been the more effective set moving the ball. Garcia's been throwing it better. The running backs have found the holes better. It's just operating the way that you want to see a Bulldog offense operate.
Terrence Rayner in the backfield. 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6 from the 8. This time, Rayner finds a hole on the left, and he's into the end zone, almost untouched. Terrence Rayner with a touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run, his 3rd of the season, the freshman out of Havelock, North Carolina.
And that sort of vision is how this guy is making these big plays. He scans the line, finds the easiest ways to the left, just ditches the defender at the line of scrimmage that's completely unblocked, and finds a just easy route to the end zone. Rayner making a couple big plays on this drive, and when you're getting those touchdowns, it doesn't get any bigger than that.
18-7 the score. Zacharias coming in for the extra point attempt.
Hancock is attempting a 2-point conversion.
Looks like they've given up on the kick, and they're going to try for a 2-point conversion. That's why DJ Whitmill Jr. is in there. Garcia gives it to Whitmill Jr. He goes straight up the middle. He's still on his feet right near the goal line. I don't see a signal, and it doesn't look like the 2-point conversion was complete. Not successful, so the Bulldogs, 2 missed point afters and a failed 2-point conversion makes it an 18-7 ball game. With 5:33 remaining in the first half, you're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. Welcome back to West LA College. The Bulldogs, with a failed 2-point conversion attempt, now leave the Wildcats 18-7 with 5:33 remaining in the first half. Gerardo Fernandez, a freshman offensive lineman playing on special teams from Lompoc High School, injured on the play. He's helped off the field. Looked like he couldn't put any pressure on his right foot. They're walking him into the trainer's tent. Now he's actually putting a little bit of pressure on his foot. Zacharias kicks up. It's a nice kick end over end. Fielded at the 5. Dropped at the 5 by Khalib Jenkins. He picks it up and starts running past the 10 to the 15. He's got some space, And he's pushed out of bounds right around the 28 on the far sideline. After dropping it, that's not a bad run back for the freshman.
You know, he'll take that. I mean, that's much better than they would have gotten if they ended up in the end zone and they took a touchback. Something that's got to concern Hancock right now is their special teams play, is they just allowed that go by, and then, you know, look at the PATs. They've missed all three, and that's a field goal off the board of really, you know, one was off a crossbar, then a bad snap, and here we see just barely missing by DJ Whitmell. So a lot of work to be done by the special teams unit for Hancock.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats on their own 30. Moore in the shotgun. He's dropping back to pass. He gets complete to Popescu, the freshman from Palisades High School, where my niece. I don't have a daughter. My niece went to high school at Palisades.
This is a twist I wasn't expecting in this podcast.
It's an immaculate child that just showed up today. A 4-yard gain on the play on the pass to Christian Popescu, the freshman. 2nd and 6 for the Wildcats, trailing by 11. Moore once again looking to pass. This one's quick on the far side to Powers. It's complete. He's still moving right around the sticks, and it might be enough for a first down for the Wildcats.
And Powers does a great job reversing it. You don't talk about the cutback ability of wide receivers all that often. Powers has got some tremendous athletic ability. He pushes the play one way and then cuts back towards the sideline and finds the space to get a first down.
Just enough for a first down. Wildcats on their own 41. They've got 4:27 remaining on the clock here in the first half. Moore in the shotgun. And it's a pitch to Randall. And Randall gets to the 45 for a gain of 4.
Typically the job of the defense on those option plays is you got one guy assigned to the quarterback and one guy assigned to the running back. Well, whoever was assigned to keep that running back contained, lost contained there. They gave up more yards than they should have. There should have been a much more downhill play. Eyes on that running back and make sure that that pitch isn't available.
2nd and 6. Another pass play, and this one's dropped. It was intended for Powers.
Yeah, things are getting chippy along the offensive line right now, and I think that's going to be where you're going to start seeing more quick whistles. The faster that those whistles happen after the play, the less chance there is for extracurricular conduct, as some referees like to call it. So expect faster and faster whistles to the play being blown dead as this game goes on.
3rd and 6. Moore calling the plays out. 14 seconds on the play clock because I found it. It's in the parking lot. This one, a pitch to Randall. Randall gets dropped by Honus Wagner. What a hit by Honus Wagner behind the line of scrimmage.
Wagner does
just
exactly
love saying that name.
Gets all the way into the backfield, makes contact behind the line of scrimmage, and there was nowhere left to go after he arrived. The cavalry arrives and takes him down the rest of the way. And Wagner, you got to love that initial contact right behind the line, high speed, and makes the play happen. This is where you have 4th down and the punt unit.
Does that name? Does you have any reaction to Honus Wagner? Be honest.
Is a fantastic name.
Okay,
yeah,
so you
course.
know.
I watch a lot of hockey. I love those types of names.
Okay,
Hot,
Honus.
soft J's all the time.
All right. 3:08, and the clock's ticking down here in the first half. 18-7, Bulldogs with the lead. There was a little acting going on. The punter, Obed Hernandez, flopped a little bit, hoping to get a flag, and he didn't get a flag, and the Bulldogs will take over. Did you see that, or were you already looking at the ball?
I saw it. I tell you what.
It was great.
Sometimes it's a little bit more clear which kickers are soccer-trained players than others.
That was more entertaining than a lot of what's gone on so far here in the first half. Did you get that on film, Brian? It was awesome. Nobody. Bueller? Nobody saw that. That's one of those that'll go down in the book of history and the stories only. No video, no record. And the Bulldogs on a 1st and 10. They've got 3 minutes remaining here in the first half and 3 timeouts left, up by 11. Looks like Grandal, the play caller. It's the first time since I've been doing Hancock football that I've seen Chris Dutra use this 2-quarterback system. A second quarterback has come in, but I've never seen it done like this. Not in my 7+ years.
Well, and I think that's just from the fact that the first game for Grandal was not a great appearance. He had 4 interceptions in that game, and it wasn't against a team that was particularly fearsome. So give the second quarterback a chance. Let's get a cycle going, especially with Grondal being a little banged up after his game against Ventura College.
We're going to take a quick timeout. The Wildcats using their second timeout of the first half, with the Bulldogs leading 18-7. 2:42 remaining here in the second quarter. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. Welcome back to West LA Football Stadium here on the campus of West LA College. The Bulldogs lead it 18-7. CJ Silas alongside Stephen Hodges, bringing you all the play-by-play coverage. The Bulldogs 1-1 on the year. The Wildcats 1-2. And the Bulldogs on a 2nd and 7, a pass play. That one complete to Kajon Lakes on the near side. And it's a Bulldog first down.
And here we're going to see Grondal asking to pass the ball some more. I mean, we've been seeing the quarterbacks cycle in with the running backs, something that I've never seen. I watch a lot of football. You watch a lot of football. Neither of us have really seen it where you're cycling every drive, every other quarterback.
And, yeah, definitely not at Hancock. Not since I've been here. And more passing in this game than the Bulldogs have done in their first 2 games this season. Whitmill, the ball carrier. On the 1st and 10 from the 33, he gets about 7 yards on the play.
And Whitmill's a little bit more of a unhinged runner, we'll call him. He's a guy that's been a little bit more dangerous. And we saw there, ball's moving around. He's trying to keep it tight to his chest, but he's got a lot of defenders on him. He's got to worry about ball security. He had that fumble on that opening drive, ended up costing the Bulldogs some points. So expect to see big yards, but also big risk from DJ Whitmill.
From the whole running back core, Whitmill had the most carries as a freshman. Coming in, Eddie Battle did play a bit, but Whitmill's the veteran on the offense. He gets enough to make it 2nd and 3, and Newkirk comes in, but Grondal's looking to pass. He's in trouble. He gets away from one tackle. He's running towards the sideline. He gets the pass off, and it's incomplete, and it looks like it was intended for Ray Young. Wow, I can't believe he got that ball off before he stepped out of bounds.
And Grondal did a great job. He rolled out and planted his feet, and that's what you want to see. You can't always throw on the run. You got to know your limitations. Not everyone's Patrick Mahomes. You got to plant your feet.
Really?
Toss the ball downfield.
Really? You did not just. You are hilarious.
and
not everybody is Patrick Mahomes. Can we use that quote and put it on a fortune cookie? Because that is so true.
But,
thanks, Captain Obvious.
Captain Obvious. All right.
3rd and 3 for the Bulldogs with 1:12 remaining here in the first half. Grondal wants a pass again. This time he gets one off, but I don't know who the receiver he was looking for. Maybe Terrence Rayner, who was the closest one by. If he did, he overthrew him by about 10 yards.
Well, Rayner had about a 15-yard hitch, and I'm not sure if Rayner gave up on the route or if, it was supposed to be a full deep route. It is a weird situation, but, I mean, like I've been saying, this Garcia setup has been better than the Grondal setup so far. Grondal's got to step his game up a little bit.
Cade England coming in to punt. He's got 5 punts coming into the game, 213 yards. His longest, 57. He's a sophomore from Paso Robles High School. Keyshawn Johnson and Darian Boyd back inside the 25. Nice punt. And it's fielded at the 14 by Area Hart.
Well, I think this one's going to come back.
Another flag.
Within the 20 of the Wildcats, because I think I had a little bit of a legal block in the back, and there is a flag there, so I think the referees saw it as well.
Clock down underneath the 1 minute mark here in the first half. Allen Hancock leads at 18-7. It was against the Wildcats, so they'll walk it back. They've got 1 timeout left, just under a minute to try to do some damage here, down by 11.
Well, Justice Powers already has a deep touchdown in this game, so I don't think they're worried too much about the distance as it is just getting the play executed.
It'll be a 1st and 10 for West LA from their own 10-yard line. Here comes Austin Amore and the Wildcat offense. 1 timeout remaining. If you look at these two teams, it almost feels like a Hancock home game because the colors are so similar on these two teams. Randall, the ball carrier. He finds a little hole up the middle for a gain of about 4.
Right now, I think West LA is looking and saying that they're going to try and run down the clock. Don't give the Hancock the ball back. And
Too
Hancock
close to
agrees.
the end zone, yeah.
Yeah, and Hancock's going to take a timeout here as a result.
Bulldogs take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well with 45 seconds remaining in the first half. Hancock leads at 18-7. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. Welcome back to West LA College. Bulldogs lead at 18-7. The Wildcats with the ball. 1 timeout remaining. It's a 2nd and 6 from their own 14. 45 seconds remaining on the game clock. Play clock is down at 16. This one, a pass complete to Ari, the freshman out of Crenshaw High School with the reception. The announcer's calling him Airy, so I'm going to call him that from now on.
There we go. And
You always know the home announcers usually got the names right. You hope. It's a 1st and 10. Amore wants to pass. This one's deep. Down the middle, looking for Powers, incomplete.
And that's kind of what they want to do right now. They're either going to power it all the way down the field or they're going to run the clock to the end of the half here. They just want to be careful with it. They don't want to try and force anything too hard. And right there, they saw the safeties were up a little bit. Why not try and air it out?
21.3 remaining. 2nd and 10 for West LA. 1 and 2 on the season. Bulldogs 1 and 1. Bulldogs in the Pacific. Wildcats in the Metro. But who knows, after the realignment next year, they could see each other more often. I think this is the first time we've seen West LA since I've been working at Hancock.
I think I've seen them a few times at basketball tournaments, but I'm not
Maybe,
sure I've
yep,
seen
not
them
football.
as a football opponent.
Delay game on the offense. Replay, second down.
It'll be a 2nd and 5:15 now after the delay of game against the Wildcats. They'll move the ball back to the 15.
I'm surprised at how long it's taking them to signal in these plays.
Figure
from the
stuff out.
sideline. It should be really easy, 3 or 4 motions and get it done.
Play clock's at 16. Amore with the pass. This one is complete to Dodson. He steps out of bounds quickly. It's not enough for a first down.
I'd expect them to just try and run it down the middle here, wind that clock down, or force Hancock to use their last time out, and then really just squib kick it to kill the clock on the punt if you have to.
Gain of 4 on the play. 3rd and 11. 18-7 Bulldogs with the lead as the first half winds down here. Amore wants to pass again. Instead gives it to Randall. He finds a little hole. Not enough for a first down as he dives to the 29-yard line.
And that's the smart move, just do the draw play because the defense is going to be expecting a pass possibly. That's what they're most worried about. If you run it, they're not too worried. So you fake the pass, give them what they're looking for, and then just run up the middle anyway and force them to use their last time out.
Timeout on the field. We'll conveniently take a timeout as well. With 9 seconds remaining in the first half, Bulldogs lead at 18-7. You're listening to Allen Hancock football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. Welcome back to West LA College. The home Wildcats trailing the Bulldogs 18-7 with 9.1 seconds remaining. It is 4th and 3. Wildcats punting team coming in. Hernandez with the punt. It bounces at the 45. The clock ticks down to 0, and that is the first half of the ball game. They will head to the locker rooms with the Bulldogs leading the home Wildcats 18-7. We'll come back with the first half statistics. CJ Silas and Stephen Hodges. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. Welcome back to West LA College. Hopefully you enjoyed that halftime. A live DJ here at West LA, which we love. We'll bring you the first half statistics. We appreciate you being here. We're sorry that we lost a little bit of your video feed for a bit in the first half. We've got that fixed, and we are set with the kickoff here in the second half. And it's wide open on the kick return. There was a little trip up. Otherwise, Qualik Davis could have been into the end zone, but it was a nice kickoff return for the sophomore. Your Bulldogs lead at 18-7, and we'll take over after a great kick return by Qualik Davis. He had 4 kick returns coming into the game today at 70 yards. His longest was 25, the sophomore. And they'll take it to their own 49. Good field. Did you get some statistics, Stephen Hodges?
Did get some statistics. We'll get a chance to go over those here in a second.
It's a pitch from Matt Garcia. I think Rayner, the ball carrier. Maurice Smith, the ball carrier. A nice pitch and a Bulldog first down.
Well, and that's going to be the 15th first down in this game for the Bulldogs. And if you got to look at one stat right now that kind of highlights the difference between Hancock and West LA, the difference right now, 15-4 in first downs. 15 for Hancock, 4 for West LA. That's staggering.
That was not a first down where the officials placed the ball. It's now a second and very short one.
Well, 14 in that case.
Yeah.
We'll take it back for
Okay,
now.
you're allowed. But it from our vantage point, it was a first down. This time, on the play action, Garcia looking deep for Kajon Lakes, and he finds him inside the 5-yard line. What a catch by the sophomore Kajon Lakes.
And I love the way Garcia is giving him the ball. He's just letting Kajon Lakes go run the route, finding the area that he's going to go to, and letting the wide receiver get under the ball. You know, it's a little bit dangerous airing it out like that, but he knows the wide receiver is going to go out, find it, and get the body position. Kajon Lakes has been doing a great job building this repertoire with Matt Garcia.
40-yard reception for Kajon Lakes. It's a first and goal for the Bulldogs, and there's a timeout on the field. We will take a timeout as well early here in the second half. Bulldogs up 18-7, and they're threatening with first and goal from the 2. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. Welcome back to West LA College. The Bulldogs lead at 18-7 and have a first and goal from the Wildcat 2 with 13:36 remaining here in the third quarter.
Looks like Smith trying to get that one in. He had
Maurice Smith pushing through, but not enough.
Had a 3-yard touchdown there in that first half. He's looking to repeat that 3-yard touchdown. Kind of look, didn't quite have the room on the inside. Going to be Rayner coming in here. And you look, one of those touchdowns was to Maurice Smith. The second one was to Rayner. So they're kind of switching off between the guys that have already found the end zone here close to the goal line.
A 1-yard gain for Smith. It's now second and goal from the 1. And Rayner gets it, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run for Terrence Rayner, the freshman at Havelock High School in Havelock, North Carolina.
And Rayner's had a fantastic vision finding the open lanes. In the first half, he had about 9 yards per carry. So no surprise that he's able to find a gap here on the goal line within that defensive line and just find a place to put the ball and get the touchdown.
Edgar Zacharias coming in for his fourth. Actually, it's his third point after attempt. There was a 2-point conversion attempt in the first half as well. Coming into the game, Zacharias, 12 of 12 in extra points. And this one is good. The first extra point of the game for the Bulldogs. They now lead West LA 25-7. You're listening to Bulldog Football and Athletics on HancockCollege.edu. Welcome back to West LA College. The Bulldogs with a Terrence Rayner touchdown run, 1-yard run, and then an extra point by Edgar Zacharias makes it 25-7. And on the kickoff, Keyshawn Johnson fields it at the 21. He found a hole. He broke one tackle at the 30, and he's down at the 35.
33, Keyshawn Johnson.
Right now, the Wildcats are going to get this ball back in the first half. It seemed to be kind of bang or bust with this offense. They're either going to get a 60-yard touchdown or they're going to end up punting it the other way. So for now, for West LA, they're going to be focused on building a sustained drive and just kind of doing the normal down sort of thing. You can't expect your offense to go get a 60-yard touchdown on every single drive.
1st and 10 from their own 34. Austin Amore back in as a signal caller for the Wildcats, the sophomore. Right away gives it to Randall. Randall runs up the middle, does find a hole. He stood up at the 38, finally brought down for a gain of 5 yards for Randall.
Nice little belly play is kind of what that's called by the offense, where you got the running back coming across a shotgun formation, finding a gap between the center and the guard, and just kind of gap blocks and found an angle and got a big hole for the running back.
2nd and 5. More from the shotgun. He fumbles the snap. He's almost in trouble, and he is down at the 33.
Austin Moore recovers his own fumble.
Great restraint there by the defense. They easily could have taken a huge hit on the quarterback as he was diving on the ball there, but instead just laid the shoulder in because he's already diving for the tackle, tried to get the fumble, but ultimately player safety reigns supreme.
Official timeout for change.
There's an official timeout on the field. Looks like they're going to... I don't understand why.
Well, the chain crew had an issue.
It fell over.
Well,
and those are usually guys from the basketball team or the football team or the track team or the soccer team holding. It's definitely a volunteer position.
Well, and it looked like the chain came unhinged.
Actually
the,
broke
stick,
off the
so
yeah.
You got to sit there and reattach that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, where's the 10-yard mark?
Yeah, that's not the human. That's just the malfunction of the stick. 3rd and 11 for the home Wildcats. Amore looking to the sideline. His play clock is down at 15. He's got some time on a 3rd and 11. Dropping back. He's in trouble right away. Scurries to the right, keeps it, and dives across the 40 for a gain of 6. I hear that Wildcat sound from the PA. Sometimes I think someone's like snarling at me, and it's not you. You're right next to me.
No, I don't. I'm not that, guttural. It's not that.
Yeah,
it's not to that point.
It's the first few times in the first half when I heard it, I'm like, Stephen, why are you growling at me?
Well,
it is our first time working together. You might be a growler. How would I would only know when we work together. You are the record 8th color commentator that I've worked with at Allen Hancock College.
Yeah,
For 8 years, that's not bad. One a year. I mean, it's not been 1 a year. It's because Irvin has done all the home games.
Absolutely.
The punt is up by Hernandez, and it's a fair catch at the 15. The 25.
And it looks like we're going to be picking up where we left off as far as the drawing between the teams. Some contact downfield, with that punting unit going both ways, and then ultimately got people to look at the officials for both sides and We're just going to pick it up. I think it's going to be quick whistles. Anytime someone gets anywhere close to being held up, expect the officials to blow this one dead.
Bulldogs, 1st and 10 from their own 25. Looks like it's Gavin Grundall calling the plays. It is. It's a handoff.
Looks like
Is
a
it
battle
Smith?
got the
Battle?
handoff there. And DJ Whitmell's going to be the second one in the rotation.
Here it is.
If you're just joining the Hancock Bulldogs, for the first time this year, we're going to see a very deep running back rotation for the rest of this game. I mean, this is how they're going to keep their legs fresh. And this run, I expect to see Whitmell Jr. and Battle switching off.
2-yard game. Whitmell Jr. on the pitch to the far side. He finds a hole, and he gets clocked at the 40. What a hit. That did not look good. It is a Bulldog first down, but wow, what a hit DJ Whitmell took. He's definitely walking gingerly. Yeah, he does not look. The trainers came right out after that hit by the Wildcats. It was a clean hit, but it was a big one.
I mean, it's almost a reverse hit. Whitmell tried to lay the shoulder into the Wildcat defender and instead ended up just pushing his own body and as the defender absorbed the hit. So DJ Whitmell is going to get a little bit of attention here by Cheo Munez, the athletic trainer for Hancock College.
First down for Whitmell. Ball's on the 40, 10-16 remaining in the third. Hancock has a 25-7 lead over the Wildcats of West L.A. I grew up right around this. I was actually born probably half a mile from this stadium. Another handoff from Grundall.
Yeah, backside bleed through there led to Battle having nowhere to go. Just a great aggressive attack by the defensive end of the Wildcats, and there's still jawing going on. There's jawing going on with the officials. This is not what you want to do if you're the Wildcats. This is how you get a flag against you because they are in the face of the umpire, letting them know what they think of the last play.
Eddie Battle, the tallest in the running back core for Chris Dutra's squad, 6'1", 215, the sophomore out of Henry County High School, McDonough, Georgia. Desmond Newkirk is 6 foot, and Whitmell, Rayner, Maury Smith, all under 6 feet.
Well, you don't really need height to be a running back.
No, but the reason I said it is because you can always tell he's the one on the field because he's the tallest running back they've got.
Well, the current rushing leader at Fresno State was actually about 5'8". Robbie Rouse was his name, and is the most craziest thing when you looked at his jersey because the back was all clawed up. He was so small and made himself so small going through the hole that the only thing you grabbed was the back of his jersey, and it had all these snags and tears along the back. 3rd and
4. It's a pitch to Battle. He runs to the left. He gets a first down, and he runs out of bounds inside the 45 for another Bulldog first down with 8:44 remaining here in the third quarter.
You know, Eddie Battle does a great job outside of the tackles. You talk about where running backs feel most at home, and I feel like Eddie Battle finds himself most at home on these pitch plays and outside the tackle run plays where he just has a chance to get one-on-one with a free safety or a defensive back because he knows he can make a move that was going to make them miss. So Battle there really finding himself right where he wants to be.
Desmond Newkirk comes in. They're giving Whitmell a little bit of a break after that hard hit a couple downs ago. It's 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 45. Newkirk with the ball at midfield. And he's dropped right around the line of scrimmage. It looks like no gain for the freshman running back out of Wallace Rose Hill High School in Teachey, North Carolina.
A little bit of a journey coming all the way from North Carolina.
And they did. They gave him a couple yards on the play. 2nd and 8. DJ Whitmell Jr. back into the game. The sophomore, probably the most powerful of the running backs. And the one with the most experience here for Chris Dutra. 2nd and 8 from the Wildcat 43. It's a pitch. Whitmell Jr. He makes a cut, finds a hole, and he gets the first down. And he's tackled at the 31.
And they continue going high on DJ Whitmell Jr. And, you know, right there we saw his helmet come off on a clean hit. They're just going to keep working him and make him earn those yards. And I think Whitmell's all right getting those hard yards. So if you're going to make me work for it, I'm okay working for it, says Whitmell.
Bulldogs with another first down. 7:17 on the clock in the third.
At the West LA 32-yard line.
25-7, Allen Hancock with the lead. It's a non-conference game for these two teams. West LA representing the Metro, the Bulldogs in the Pacific, two-time champions. Battle's in trouble behind the line of scrimmage, and he is taken down for a loss.
Now, open field blocking is a really hard thing to do, and the best fullbacks are able to dictate where the block goes. There, he tried to dictate the block upfield, let the defender be over-aggressive and get that lane open to the center. Fortunately, the communication wasn't there as Battle was looking to bounce that to the outside as well. Ended up blocking into the play, and it's a big loss as a result.
A 9-yard loss on the play. It'll be 2nd and 19. Wide receiver split. A tight end in the slot. Grandal under center. And he rolls to his right looking to pass. And he does. And it's complete at the 35.
Look at that. For Sean Young, and that's his second reception of the game. First one was only for 4 yards. This would be for a similar short amount. He hasn't been able to get those yards after catch that you kind of expect from those short out routes. He's got to generate a little bit more separation, or the ball's got to arrive to him a little bit further up so he can generate that separation himself.
Looks like it's his first catch as a Bulldog. Because coming in, there were no statistics showing Rashawn Ray Young with any catches, so that was his first reception as a Bulldog. It's a gain of 4. Another pass play back to Young on the near side, and he gets to the 30, right past the original line of scrimmage, but not enough for a first down. 5'9", 175 pounds from E.E. Smith High School, Fayetteville, North Carolina, the freshman.
And this looks like they're going to be going for it on 4th down, as it would be about a 47-yard attempt from here. So you look, this is going to be a big, long 4th down for Hancock.
4th and 8 for the Bulldogs, just third. Eddie Battle in the backfield. And Grandal fumbles the snap, but hands it off. For somehow, Eddie Battle got a hold of the ball. He didn't get any yardage, but the play there was no whistle on the play, even though Grandal went down to get that fumble, and then he kind of tossed it back to Eddie Battle, and the Wildcats will take over on downs.
That was the least,
kind of a messy play.
Yeah.
Messy play.
That was the worst place to have a poor snap. You're looking 4th and 7. Your mind's going all over the place. Who do I got to block? This is where we got to execute. And it's easy to forget the snap. The snap is how you got to start every play. And
right.
It just gets lost under the center, and they never had a chance to get anything there. At least Battle made a good bite of it, getting that lateral on the ground. But, ended up still going backwards, not a chance to make much more.
And who knows if it was center Kobe Tuatella or Grandal. Either way, he fumbled the snap. And then kind of pitched it to Eddie Battle, and here we are with the Wildcats and a first and 10 from their own 33. Austin Amore in the backfield once again. His go-to man, Devin Randall. Amore wants to pass. It's a quick shot. It's a little high over the head of the intended receiver, Justin Powers, on the far sideline.
Well, Backstitch here had quite an arm. Getting the flag all the way from the around the 50 back to where that play happened.
Oh, my goodness.
Looked like Justice Freeman was going to be considered hit either defenseless or late. Not sure which.
We'll see. Here we go.
Oh, waved off.
No foul on the play.
No flag.
I think that they thought the ball was either thrown way out or, maybe that the hit happened a little bit later than it actually did. So good adjustment by the referees. I agree with the call. I don't see what was wrong with that hit.
2nd and 10. For West LA. Down by 18. Amore gives it to Randall. Randall finds a hole. He crosses the 35, dives past the 40, and right around the marker. It could be enough for a Wildcat first down. We'll see where they spot the ball. Looks like it's a little short of the first down.
And that draw play was very much a dare against the defense. Amore was holding onto the ball as long as possible to let the blocks develop. Gives it off at the last second, and it developed into a great play for the Wildcats.
3rd and short. Ball's on the Wildcat 42. Trying to create something offensively. Amore, another quick pass, and it's complete to Ira Anderson. His first catch of the game on the far side, the freshman at Hamilton High School, where my brother went to high school. I have a big family, and I'm from down here.
I say you're related to just half the high schools. You know.
Well, my mom went to San Pedro, my mother went to Hamilton, my sister went to uni. Yeah.
First and 10 Wildcats from the West LA 48-yard line.
First down for the Wildcats. Ball's on their own 48. 3.5 minutes remaining in the third. Amore on the option. I think it was Randall again.
It looked like just a quick little handoff to Randall, just a quick delay. I think that I like to prefer more when he held on to a second longer. I think they just had to rush it a bit because the defense isn't going to bite for that every single time. So got the ball going and got him upfield.
And it was Keyshawn Johnson, the ball carrier. This one's a pitch, and it's trouble.
Morris pass complete.
They're calling that a pass. Okay, I get it. It's forward.
And sometimes those little shovel passes on the pitch, I mean, it's technically a pass because it's going forward.
Right.
It's a safer option.
For West LA. Amore's got a little time. This pass is complete into Bulldog territory.
So number 84 child.
And it looked like
Airy with the catch.
was about to get upset because it looked like the box and the chains were about to start moving, even though that's a full yard short of a first down. It'll be 4th and short here for the Wildcats, even though the chain crew trying to do them a little bit of a favor.
Once again, volunteers.
I mean, yeah.
Other athletes in the athletics department. I think at Hancock games, I think the baseball players are the ones
Baseball's the ones that
hold the sticks at our football games at home. 4th and short for the Wildcats on the Bulldog 43. Randall gets tripped up with a loss of yardage on the play, and the Bulldogs will take over. Great defense by Hancock.
And that's the do-everything Quali Davis getting into the backfield. Plays defense, plays offense.
Special teams,
you
yes.
ask it, he'll do it. And here he is asked to get into the backfield, get a tackle for a loss. He comes up, does it. It's going to be a Hancock football.
It seems like every year Chris Dutra has that one guy that plays everything, defense, offense, and special teams. And Qualik Davis is that kid this year, the sophomore.
Last year is Alex Checky. We saw him.
Yes, oh my gosh,
moves.
Checky. Did he punt once too?
Oh, yeah.
I think he even passed the ball. I don't know. He's playing football somewhere, but I think he got hurt. I think he moved on to another school. I just heard that through the community college football grapevine. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 47. Garcia calling the plays.
Desmond Newkirk, the ball carrier.
And the freshman Newkirk.
Brought down by number 94. Macaba.
And there's going to be a timeout on the field. Oh, it's an injured player down for Hancock. We'll let you know who it is. And we'll take a quick timeout with the Bulldogs leading at 25-7, 1:20 remaining in the third quarter. You're listening to Bulldog Football and Athletics on HancockCollege.edu. Welcome back to West LA College. Kiki Kalima being helped off the field Can't put any pressure on his left foot. Looks like it might be an ankle injury. Bulldogs with a 2nd and 9 from their own 48 with 1:20 remaining here in the third. 18-point lead for Hancock. Matt Garcia, the quarterback. This one is a pitch to Battle. Wow, he finds a way to get some yardage. He literally was on his, like, almost doing like not a crab walk, a bear crawl with one of his hands on the turf. Desmond Newkirk.
Well, I tell you what, right now, Hancock's probably looking at their offensive line and giving them a good long look because that's 2 offensive linemen down to ankle injuries in this game.
Newkirk comes in. Maurice Smith heads out. 3rd and 4. Matt Garcia. What a defensive play. Out of nowhere, Stephen Ashby jumps. That was you got to give the kid credit. He jumped right in front of Kajon Lakes.
Well, Kajon Lakes has been the favorite target for Garcia, so I'm sure that when they see Garcia come into the formation, they're taking a look, pairing up with Lakes and making sure that he's covered because you know that pass is coming.
Cade England coming on to punt. Jarian Anderson and Keyshawn Johnson back to field the punt. The wind is picked up here in West LA, Culver City area of Los Angeles. My stomping grounds. Right around the corner from there. They call it the Westfield Mall. It was the Fox Hills Mall when I was growing up. My mom used to drop me off there, and I would spend a whole day on a Saturday. Right around the corner. Got it. I know you wanted some information about my childhood. We're going to take a timeout with 36 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The Bulldogs take their second timeout of the second half. They lead West LA 25-7. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. Welcome back to West LA College. Cade England set to punt for the Bulldogs. He's set up at the Bulldogs 41. Looks like Keyshawn Johnson is the only. Something's going on. Chris Dutra's walking out onto the field. They're not taking another timeout, are they?
They already have.
Wow. Their last timeout of the second half. With 36. We're going to take a quick one as well because we might as well use all of ours. It's 25-7. Bulldogs leading West LA. You're listening to Bulldog Football at Athletics on HancockCollege.edu. Welcome back to Bulldog Football. Alan Hancock just used its final timeout of the second half. We're pondering the reasoning for that. And who knows? Fielded at the 15-yard line by Jaquez Wilson.
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the bright spots on this Hancock special teams has been Cade England. He's been doing a fantastic job getting that ball down with enough time for the coverage to get on top of the returner. And, you know, on top of that, he's had pretty good distance as well. So, overall, Cade England, you know, you don't see a ton of punters get scholarships, but he's definitely got a chance to go forward and maybe play at the next level here in a couple years.
First, it's in West LA
West LA.
at the 18-yard line.
have the ball first and 10 on their own 18-yard line with 25 seconds remaining in the third.
Oh!
And it's intercepted into the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown. What an unexpected play by Richard Goldhammer, the defensive end out of Paso Robles High School, the sophomore. What a play out of nowhere. Surprised everybody. Probably surprised him a little bit.
Well, he just put his hands up, and all of a sudden there's a ball in him, and he starts running down the field. And you can tell he's not a trained returner because he just held that ball out like he's holding a newborn child running into the end zone with it. It is fantastic. You love to see the pick six by the defensive lineman.
You do.
That's the dream for Goldhammer there. Pick six by the Bulldogs.
Wow.
And it comes from the D-line. What a great play by Goldhammer.
Zacharias coming in to attempt the point after. And there's a flag on the play.
Well, it's delayed right at the snap of the ball. I have a feeling someone was lined up in the neutral zone on the defense. So hopefully Zacharias will get another chance to try this one.
Cade England coming over to the sideline to talk to Chris Dutra. And now Dutra's talking to one of the officials.
Yeah, so the play was an offside. They're going to ask you if they want to take it. Of course they're going to take that. So they're going to move it half the distance. But right now Zacharias has got to be focusing on his launch angle there. The ball kind of helicoptered, which tells me that he got too far under the kick. He got a little bit too far under the ball. Either the hold or the kick was off. He's got to make sure that he's getting those lined up at the right depth and hitting the ball correctly. This is a great chance to retry that because that is ugly.
And there's a lot of wind here in Culver City. 18 seconds on the clock in the third. Zacharias with his second attempt on the point after. Kick is up. And it's good. Bulldogs now lead 32-7. What a play by Richard Goldhammer. We're going to call it an interception because that's what it was. His first of his career. And the Bulldogs are up 32-7 with 18.4 remaining in the third quarter. We're going to take a quick timeout. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. Welcome back to West LA College. Cade England with the kickoff. Keyshawn Johnson with a run back. Wow, that kid has broken at least 6 tackles and crosses midfield. What a run by Keyshawn Johnson for the special teams of West LA College.
Well, bad news is there's going to be a
flag
in the back by the 18-yard line.
All
so
the way,
come all the way back
where he caught it.
And you know, this is going to be the most beautiful stat line for Cade England because of the net yards on that. But he made a great play on the tackle. I mean, he didn't end up finishing it, but extremely physical for a kicker.
Wow.
Throwing his shoulder into the returner. Big return for the Wildcats, but ultimately coming back.
It's always crazy when you see the kicker make that final, like the tackle that if it didn't get made.
Oh, yeah.
The guy's free to a touchdown. It's always kind of cool to know that the kickers don't mind getting in on the action once in a while.
Well, as the kickoff kicker, you're the safety of that.
You sure are.
Cover.
Yeah, you are.
You're the last line of resort, so you got.
It's not a nickel back. You're the 11th back.
There you go.
Wow, look at how far back it took. What a bummer for West LA after that great run back by their lead rusher, Keyshawn Johnson. Now they're all the way back on their own 9, first and 10. Amore dropping back. It looked like he was looking for Kyrie Dotson. And the third quarter will come down to the wire. It will tick down to 0. We've got one more quarter of play. The Bulldogs up 32-7. 3 quarters of play in the books. You're listening to Bulldog Football and Athletics on HancockCollege.edu. Welcome back. Bulldogs lead at 32-7. Getting set here for the fourth quarter. West LA has a 1st and 10 on its own 9. Amore. A quick pass on the far side. He finds Christian Popescu.
When we were talking about how these personal fouls might affect the pace of play, and here we see it again, a just quick whistle because, well, you're stood up, you've lost your forward progress, we're not going to let you fight for it because every time we've let you guys fight for it, we've had to throw a flag. So we're going to call this one quick and not let you get any further yards.
That was a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd down for West LA. What are you doing behind that paper, Steven?
Oh, hiding my calls, you know.
Are you blocking the wind?
A little bit. Pass went deep on the right side, incomplete. I'm not sure if it was overthrown or just a poor angle, but
it was intended for Airy.
And right now, West LA has not been able to put together a consistent play package. They've focused on big plays and just getting those big gains and getting off the field. Right now, they're looking at the scoreboard. They're down 25. This hasn't been doing it. They've got to sit down and find out what they really need to get out of an offensive drive because there's not much time left to execute on it.
4th and 5. And the punter, Hernandez, is in the end zone.
On the offense.
Delay of game on the offense.
Well, this gets into danger territory for the Wildcats because we've seen how often the Hancock Bulldogs are able to get after the punt and try and get the block or tip. This could drastically change the field position for Hancock.
Punt is up. It's high. It bounced at the 30 and rolled to the 37. Josh Patrick downs it, and here come the Bulldogs on offense.
And if memory serves, it should be a Grandal series if they keep on switching back and forth.
It is. Grandal's coming in.
No, that's Garcia. Garcia's going to end up taking the reins here. So
goodness.
I think they've been more effective under Garcia. I was going to say Grandal's really got a chance to try and get one back as Garcia has really been controlling the ball and getting higher percentage of scores on his possessions than Grandal's.
Garcia under center, 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 38. A diving run.
but they're going to say he got back on top of it. Looked like, was that Rayner on the call? Yeah, Rayner with the carry through the center, and he lost it, immediately jumped back on top of it, allowing the ball to move forward about 4 yards, but he's got to be more careful. I mean, that's the second fumble we've seen from a Hancock carrier this game.
4-yard gain for Rayner on the play. 2nd and 6 from the 34. It's a pitch to Battle. Tries to cut inside, has nowhere to go, and he's held up.
And that's where we said Eddie Battle feels the most comfortable, is on those kind of pitch plays, those plays where you're getting to the outside zone pitch, off tackle. Those are kind of his bread and butter. So he gets to the outside there, gets a few yards, but with his skill set, you expect to see a little bit more, and Rayner's going to come back in for the Bulldogs.
No gain on the play. Rayner set up in the backfield. Garcia under center. One wide receiver on the far side. It's a play action to the right. Quick pass. Complete for a Bulldog first down.
Looked like his complete pass. I thought it was Michael Dutra, but either way, great little fake pitch. That's what they've been running, is that little outside pitch play. Fake it one way, have the entire defense flow that direction, boot back the other way, and get the play action pass out to your tight end. Great execution by the Bulldogs on really a bread and butter play. Like I said, nothing too exotic here for the Bulldogs. Oh, my. This is starting to
Not
escalate.
only are there two helmets on the ground, but there are two guys jawing at each other. On the far hashtag, it was a center and one of the defenders. Dutra right away walks onto the field. Dutra does not like to see his players lose their head. Well, once your helmet comes off, you have to leave for at least one play. So each team is going to lose a player.
Well, you only need to leave the field of play if the helmet came off in the course of play.
But
if it's
if
forcibly
it's
removed
during
by
a
another,
fight,
yeah.
it should still be the same rule.
I mean,
I know. I see what
yeah.
you're saying. Yes.
If another
According
player
to the rule
deliberately
book,
pulls
yeah.
off your helmet, I mean, there's nothing
Yeah.
you can do. That'd be an easy way to get running backs out of the game.
Right,
Just
right.
pull it off right before a key play.
But because it was after the whistle, he doesn't have to leave the field. I get it.
Well, but they're still
And
going to tell him.
Dutra's having conversations with the officials as well, and Dutra's losing his composure and getting a warning from the officiating crew.
Well, and he's saying that his helmet got pulled off. He's allowed, and they're telling him, well, you
Right,
got to
they're
get
bringing
him
him
out.
up. Right,
'cause he's
even
gonna
though
start a
it was
fight.
after the whistle,
Yeah.
he's still leaving the field. And Dutra doesn't like it.
Yeah, technically the rule's there so that you can go out and get your helmet inspected by an equipment manager, but outside of when I was at Fresno State, I'm not sure I've ever seen an equipment manager walk up and actually inspect the helmet after it's come off. Here's the actual penalty call. The flag's still on the ground. There was a flag there.
There has to be a flag.
Yeah.
Misconduct, unsportsmanlike conduct, personal foul. What is it going to be?
Oh, it's got to be unsportsmanlike conduct and a personal foul. Yeah.
On the offense. Action after the play. Automatic first down.
Wait.
Hold on. It's not an automatic first down because it was against the offense. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Composure has been lost.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Here we go.
On West LA. Automatic.
Okay, so it's an automatic first down because he called it on the wrong team. So it was defensive.
Yeah, so it was defensive unsportsmanlike conduct. You get into, that flow, and it could have gone either way. So I could see where he's trying to talk
You're
to the
so
center,
nice.
say, hey, you got to come out of the play. You're talking to the offense, then all of a sudden you got to call a penalty on the defense. It makes sense. It's a tough job.
On West LA. Automatic first down.
Just
my
another one.
goodness.
And it also could have been the case that, hey, the first one was against the offense. The next two were against the defense. So, you can have multiple dead ball fouls. There's
So
nothing
it's a
against
first
that.
and goal from the 9. With 12:03 remaining in the fourth. Garcia. The handoff. Now he comes back on the field.
I'm surprised they ran that. That's called a blast play or an ISO play, depending on what offense you're running. You typically do it when you've got a center and guard combo that can really open up a hole. Well, your starting center just got sent off to the sideline because he got his helmet pulled off. You know, maybe they should have gone off guard, something like that. Still got a decent gain, but surprising call by Ed Herman, the offensive coordinator for Hancock.
Battle in the backfield. 2nd and goal from the 6. It's a pitch to Battle. He runs to the left. Tries to juke. Can't find a hole. And he's tackled hard at the 10. Loss of some yards.
Pretty significant loss at that.
Yeah.
When you talk about yards at the goal line, 2-3 yards is a huge difference. Because now rather than looking at a 5-yard play, you're looking at a 10-yard play. So
on a 3rd down.
Changes dynamically what you're trying to do.
Yep.
So
Loss of 3. 3rd and 9 for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 9. Well, 3rd and goal from the 9. Rayner in the backfield. Kajon Lakes setting up on the far side. And his play action to the right. And clearly he's going to look for Lakes, but he's in trouble. Garcia is sacked. Sacked at the 15.
Well, and this is the gut check for the special teams right now because there's no way that you can expect an offense to try and go make it from 15 yards out on a 4th and goal. So this should be a field goal, but after the kicking team went 0 for last week, do you put your faith back in the kicker and hope that he makes this?
J.J. Liava and Salisu Fakava with a sack. And the field goal attempt by Edgar Zacharias. 32-yard attempt. The left-footed kicker, it's up, and it's good. His first field goal that he's made since game 1.
No, that's his first field goal that he's
ever made
because there were no field goals made.
Oh,
in that
right, it was
LA
10
Valley
touchdowns
game, so
against LA
that's
Valley.
His first Bulldog field goal.
Edgar Zacharias from Pioneer Valley High School, 32-yard field goal for the freshman, and now it's 35-7 Bulldogs with the lead. 9:41 remaining in the game. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. Welcome back to Allen Hancock football on the kickoff. There's a touchback by the Wildcats. One of the volunteers came up to me just now and asked me if I was doing the 50-50 raffle announcement. And I thought, well, I could, but nobody would hear me because I'm not the stadium announcer. It would be fun because I picked my own number because I have 6 tickets in my pocket.
You know, it's a good way, you know. Anyone can
to
win,
give back.
but the only ones that can. And right now, the people that are trying to work it out are the Wildcats. They've had a bunch of drives fall flat.
Look at that transition by Stephen Hodges, ladies and gentlemen.
Together a few first downs here on this drive.
35-7, Bulldogs with the lead. Wildcats on a 1st and 10 from their own 25. Pass play incomplete, intended for Justin Powers on the near side.
Batted at the line by the left end. A great job by Hancock. Getting the hands up, that's the rule. You count to, 2, 3, and get your hands up if you're the defensive end. But, yeah, batted ball at the line, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Brian, make sure you're listening when the stadium announcer does that 50-50 because I have a feeling I'm going to win. Incomplete pass this time on the far side, intended for Kyrie Dotson.
And that looks like a bad incomplete pass. It's just a really tight window for the quarterback. When you're throwing that flat route, you've got to turn backwards, and it really limits the range of the arms. And so That ball's going to fall incomplete, and, wasn't the best throw, but the route was a little bit off as well.
3rd and 10 for the Wildcats, down by 28. The field goal kind of made up for those 2 extra points and 2-point conversion miss. Wow, Amore's in trouble, but he gets out of it and decides to run, pushes his blocker in front of him, and runs out of bounds and has the sense to find the stick and get a Wildcat first down.
Well, defensive end in your eyes, gets out, surprise. That's Amore. And he gets out past the first down stick. Big run by the quarterback for the Wildcats. I tell you what.
You know what? If you're going to do it, you got to do it. You got to go.
His throwing arm may not be there
Amore.
right now. There we go.
Oh, my gosh. 1st and 10
that's a big pick
for the Wildcats. Oh, Steven, you're funny. Are you this funny when you do the games with Charles?
I have no idea. Ask Brian.
He's Stephen Hodges from the Slow Poke Sports Show on ESPN Radio 1280 Wednesday nights from 10 p.m. to midnight. On ESPN 1280 in San Luis Obispo in the North County, 101.7 FM. I always warm the studio up for you. Because
I was going to say, yeah, if
I
you
warm
want
it
to
up.
listen on Wednesday nights, you also got the CJ Silas show there at 5 p.m., right? Drive
Yes,
time?
5 o'clock.
Yeah, it's always warmed up and nice and,
Studio's all ready for you. I put
Yeah.
perfume in there. Sometimes I leave you
perfume.
cookies.
It's needed, trust me.
We're gonna take a timeout. The Wildcats use their first timeout of the second half with 9:23 remaining. Bulldogs up 35-7. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. Welcome back. Chilly here in Culver City, California. There was a little bit of rain when we first got here. We all thought we might be standing out in the rain for 3 hours. But Mother Nature did us a favor. A little bit of rain, and it cleared up just in time for this game. Justin Powers with the complete pass. He's still moving towards midfield on the 1st and 10 from the 25.
Well, I tell you what, that little bit of rain actually must have been nice for the players because it didn't affect the pace of play that much at all. But on these synthetic fields, having a little bit of water makes it so that the just rubber pellets and turf won't tear your arms up as much. It's a little bit more convenient for the players to not have to tape up as much all the way up and down their arms to keep from getting beaten up.
Burned.
A little bit of turf burn, yeah.
Leave it to Stephen Hodges to talk about the little dirt and rubber pellets in the turf. Thank you for bringing that. New information. Randall, the ball carrier. I don't think he's got enough for a first down running towards the far sideline. He ran more of the width of the field than he did the length.
Well, it's one of the big myths about synthetic is that you actually save on water costs by switching from grass to synthetic. You still got to water the synthetic. You got to wash it down. You got to take care of it. It can be a very bad breeding ground for germs and all sorts of stuff if you're not taking care of the synthetic turf. It's still got some maintenance. It's better than grass, but you got to do some work on it.
Ball's on the 47. A third down for the Wildcats, trailing the Bulldogs by 28. Clock's ticking down at 8. Amore quickly gives it to Randall, who finds a hole, crosses midfield. He's still going at the 20. He's at the 10, and he dives past the goal line into the end zone. Devin Randall, and a West LA 53-yard touchdown run.
Great setup by the offensive line, giving him the hole, and then he just finishes it from there. Makes a couple of defenders miss and finds the open field for the end zone. And I tell you what, that sideline was his best friend because he was able to slip past the free safety and just run straight down it to the end zone. Great play by the Wildcats, scoring here midway through the fourth.
I got ahead of myself. He didn't really dive into the end zone. He ran into the end zone. But it was a 53-yard touchdown run no matter what.
Dive.
It was. Who knows? It's 13 now points for the Wildcats, and it looks like they're going to go for a 2-point conversion with Amore and Randall in the backfield. Amore Quick pass to Powers in the end zone for 2 points. It's now 35-15. The Bulldogs with the lead, 7:49 remaining in the game. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. Welcome back to West LA College. Hernandez with the kickoff. Fielded by Davis at the 25, and he's still standing, and he's getting thrown back about 8 yards. Qualik Davis. Looked like he had gotten about 10 yards, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere comes Wildcats special teams to push him back.
Davis is psyched about the contact. Sometimes you'll see guys get upset about everyone piling on at the end, but he was screaming like Ric Flair at the end of that play. I mean, he's letting the referees know about the guys yelling at him, too.
You're funny. You're funny, Stephen Hodges.
Once in a while.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, guessing that Chris Dutra's offense is going to try to milk the clock here with a 20-point lead. Davis is in the backfield. He gets the ball, and he's in trouble. Whistle's blown, and they're still pushing and shoving.
Well, I think the Bulldogs are smarter than to try and milk the clock too much because, I mean, they've seen 21-point leads evaporated in the fourth quarter in the past. So
you're right.
There's a lot of experience on this coaching staff. They're going to keep playing until they're well into the point where they can just take knees and end this one out.
Quick pass. Garcia. Complete on the far sideline for a Bulldog first down.
That's Kajon Lakes. His speed allows the defenders to have to back up and give him the space. Right there, he takes advantage of it by just running a little hook route. Goes out, immediately stops, comes back, finds the ball. Nice little pass by Garcia, delivering it right as he made the move, too. So wide open wide receiver, lets him get the yards after catch. Perfect timing on the route.
Man, it's hard to read those numbers. Ray Young, the wide receiver on the near side. Newkirk, the ball carrier. He rolls and does a spin move. Looked like he was only gaining about 3, and then he got about 3 or 4 more just with a spin move. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, breaking that
2nd and 4 with a 6-yard gain. Sorry.
Breaking that arm tackle near the line of scrimmage is a big difference there from Newkirk, and this is a running back committee that's definitely trying to make a difference. They're competing heavily with each other, so that sort of move makes a big difference in a coach's mind.
2nd and 4. Whitmill Jr. in the backfield. And he gets the ball. Finds a hole! DJ Whitmill Jr. He could go all the way! Touchdown! DJ Whitmill Jr. a 54-yard touchdown run.
Well, this is going to come back to holding.
Oh, gee. Come
the
on, Steven.
Try to rain on the parade before it starts.
That was my Chris Berman call.
Whitmill, I mean, we talk about the plays that are going to stick in a coach's mind, the type of moves you want to make to separate yourself from the pack and maybe get a handful more of those carries. Right there, Whitmill, while taking advantage of a hold, blows past the defensive line, past the defensive backs and the linebackers, gets into the end zone. So that's one that's going to stick in the minds of the coaches, but won't stick in the minds of the statisticians.
And the Academy Award winners. No, the Sports Emmy voters.
The Emmy voters.
I had my chance.
I tell you what, we already had that Oscar on the the punt earlier, so I'm not sure how many more acting awards they're going to give out
you're
today.
right. You're right. Darn it.
It's an honor to be nominated, though. It really is.
2nd and 9 now for the Bulldogs. Garcia on the play action. Looks like it was a complete pass to Kajon Lakes on the far side, and then there's a flag after the play.
And this flag,
See that?
This flag is going to come from Lakes turning back to the line of
to the sideline.
Wildcats that were drawing at him. It's one thing to say something while you're on the sideline. It's another to turn back towards it and say something as you're walking away. I think that's going to be an unsportsmanlike against the Bulldogs. And
yeah, they're walking backwards.
Yeah, this is what they're trying to cut out of the game right now. This is why you get the quick whistles. This is why they're talking to the players after just about every play.
Sportsmanlike conduct on West LA.
West LA.
Oh, wow.
First down.
Did you see? But the Bulldogs thought it was on them. Do you see how far back they walked?
Well, yeah, because Kajon Lakes turned back, and I thought
So maybe
it was on him. And
it was probably on the
something he said.
sideline. It was probably it was instigated by the sideline. So that's how it happened, because the Bulldogs thought it was Lakes as well. They walked backwards as if the penalty was going to be against Hancock, and instead it's against West LA, and that's going to take the ball all the way down to the Wildcats 35 on a 1st and 10 for Hancock.
I tell you what, there's a list of words that every referee's got that we obviously can't repeat here that must have been said to get Kajon Lake's attention, and that's why he turned.
No, but George Carlin.
He
would say those words. DJ Whitmill. He's got the ball. He's got a little hole. DJ Whitmill. One more touchdown for the sophomore. A 35-yard touchdown run. Are they going to take this one back to? Listen. I've had enough. I quit. I surrender. I'm saving all my good touchdown calls for later because it's not fair. We work years to make these touchdown calls what they are, and they continue to call them back.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening and would like to donate to make sure that your broadcasters can have a best chance to make their calls, call now. Operators are waiting. This is going to be on the crackback block by the wide receiver that came against is on a corner that was not looking at the thing. It's going to be personal foul. Yeah. Kajon Lakes absolutely had a crackback. And 10 years ago, that's a legal play. It isn't today. And, the good news is should still be a first down for the Bulldogs. And even better, makes them so they can milk more clock, which that's their end goal right now. They're just trying to make sure that they don't give up 20 while trying to score one more and make it 27.
5:12 remaining in the game. Bulldogs have no timeouts left. The Wildcats have 2. Hancock's up 35-15. Next week, you can listen to Bulldog football right here at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. It's a 2 o'clock kickoff against Citrus. Newkirk with a reception. Newkirk gets hit at the 2-yard line. A 33-yard reception for Desmond Newkirk, his second catch of the season. Wow, what a hit. But now they've got a flag on the play, and he's down. Newkirk is down.
Well, and he was hit as he went out of bounds, and they're going to say he went out of bounds around the 2. And what West LA is looking to argue here is that he hit the ground and the ball came out. But if that was the case, it would have been a touchdown. They're trying to say that it is a touchback, that he had lost control and the ball went out of the back of the end zone. And so that's not the case. They're going to have it 1st and 10 at the 3-yard line where they're going to say he went out of bounds before that ball was lost.
Either way, Newkirk is injured, and he's down on the sideline. He's sitting up, but he is definitely in pain.
Well, that's the 3rd Bulldog that's been injured in this game for Hancock. So right now they got to be looking at their depth and saying, well, who do we want to get in? Is this time where we start putting in our 2nd and 3rd guys? Because we can't afford to lose too many more if we're going to have a successful season.
You know, it's interesting. I play roller derby, and in roller derby, if there's an injured player on the field, you just keep playing as long as they're off the track. But it looks like are they waiting to see what happens with Newkirk, who is on the Bulldog sideline? He's trying to walk on his own. He's bent over, and he's definitely limping a little bit.
Well, much like roller derby, if he had been all the way off the field,
like on the track,
playing. Yeah. So
or over there in the parking lot by the play clock.
They're in the play clock, yeah. But the issue was he's still within that dotted line.
Too
box.
close. Yeah, it's too close, too dangerous in case a play happens over on that sideline. First and goal on the 2. Garcia to Whitmill Jr. And he's 2 flags get thrown. It's almost like the officials have the flags ready to throw. They don't even keep them in their pockets anymore. They just hold them.
So there's going to be 2 penalties here. One's going to be a face mask that actually pulled off Whitmill's helmet. The other's going to be a horse collar, which kept Whitmill out of the end zone. So
wow.
That's a combo combo platter, 2-piece for the Wildcats.
Did you get a side with that or just a biscuit?
Well, the side's going to be the automatic first down for the Bulldogs at the half-yard line because this is going to be all the way down right next to the goal line.
Oh, goodness.
Well, it looks like Newkirk's going to get the chance to do the Hickey special, which is going to be jump over the pile around the goal line. That's going to be my prediction for this play.
It's a first and short on the goal line. Desmond Newkirk, the running back, he gets the ball. He finds his way into the end zone for a touchdown. We'll give him a 1-yard touchdown run for the freshman Desmond Newkirk. Wallace Rose Hill High School teaching North Carolina. I think that's his 4th touchdown of the season. It's his 2nd of the day.
Well, we can confirm that here.
Please confirm it. Please confirm it.
That is the 2nd touch. Yes.
Second of the day, 4th of the year.
4th of the year.
Oh, wow, I did it. So thank you, personal statistician.
Just be right here in the pocket. But, great job by the Bulldogs. Like I said, they're just trying to build up a pile and give Newkirk the chance to view where he saw the easiest route. This time he just goes to the right. We've had running backs here in the past, like Hickey, who try and jump over that pile. But Newkirk taking the easier route, just walking it in himself.
Zacharias with the extra point, and it is good. It's now 42, best number on the planet, to 15. Bulldogs with the lead over the Wildcats with 4:52 remaining here in the 4th quarter. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. Welcome back to the campus of West LA College, the Bulldogs with a DJ Desmond Newkirk touchdown. Makes it 42-15 on the kickoff. Jarian Boyd finds a hole on the far side, cuts across to the midfield line, and gets all the way to the 42. Khalil Hooper. I have Darian Boyd as number 11. This is it's been a very interesting process with rosters and numbers for West LA. I think we did pretty good if we got all the way to this point, and that was our first number mistake.
Well, West LA, a little bit short-staffed here, so it's been a little bit harder to find digital files and rosters and such. So
you're saying it so nicely.
I've been on the other end of that before.
You're so diplomatic. Amor with a quick pass bounces off the back of a defender.
The hitch route is such a dangerous route because if you don't have a wide receiver that's threatening to go deep, then the defense can just wait on that spot as well. If you're just going to hitch right there, well, the defender can just hitch as well, and that's what we saw there.
Incomplete pass makes it 2nd and 10 from the Wildcats 37.
And right now, I feel like the defensive line for Hancock is much more excited to be playing this game because we haven't seen them getting into the backfield like this since the 1st quarter. So you compare them to the offensive line for the Wildcats, which really is playing to still have a chance in this game. Hancock just dominating the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 10. No gain on the play. Keyshawn Johnson was the ball carrier. He's in the backfield with a Moore. He's got a little bit of time. A complete pass at midfield to Powers.
Moore's pass complete to number 6, Justice Powers.
And Powers just right there in the middle of the formation ends up getting that pass and tackled by a number of Bulldogs, which was lucky because I think if there had just been one guy out there, Powers would have shed that tackle and gotten a huge gain.
4th and short. Lots of talking on the field. It's getting loud down there. More on the pitch to Johnson. Johnson gets a first down. He's still running down the far sideline. Crosses the 30. Keyshawn Johnson makes his way downfield for a 53-yard touchdown run.
Well, the hard count there works to perfection for the Wildcats. They see exactly what the Bulldogs are going to do before the snap, get a different play call in, and then execute on it. Fantastic option play out to the outside, pitch at the exact right moment to give the Wildcats a touchdown there. I got to give it to the offensive coordinator. Giving that hard count option on 4th down worked out amazingly for West LA.
They get on the board with another touchdown. 21 points now for West LA. 2 timeouts remaining for the Wildcats. And Moore and the West LA offense trying for a 2-point conversion. This one looking for Justin Powers in the end zone, the exact same spot as the 2-point conversion from in the first half.
And Justice Powers is such a dominating figure
So
out there
tall.
all by himself. He's so tall, so fast.
And he jumps high.
That's going to be the call every time they go for it on 2. I mean, why not? Who are you going to put out there to defend him? Fantastic execution again. That's 2 plays in a row, and I think this is one of those games that if West LA had, 3 more quarters to do something with it, they'd be doing all right.
42-23, Bulldogs with the lead, 3:16 remaining in the game. You're listening to Bulldog Football at athletics.hancockcollege.edu. Welcome back to West LA College. The Wildcats, a 53-touchdown run by Keyshawn Johnson and a 2-point conversion pass from Moore to Powers makes it 23 for the Wildcats, still trailing by 19. The Bulldogs have 42. Qualik Davis with a fair catch at the 22-yard line. 3:15 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
And that's a smart move with the fair catch because he's avoiding contact on himself, but more importantly, he's avoiding sparking something up. Right now, West LA's looking to get a reaction from the Bulldogs. They're just goading people into making something major happen. They want a big fracas, and that's not going to happen with the cool-headed Qualik Davis. So this takes the fair catch and is going to allow them to get the ball back with lots of room to work with to milk this clock down to 0.
Matt Garcia coming back to call the plays for the Bulldogs with a 19-point lead. Terrence Rayner in the backfield. 2 wide receivers on the near side. Rayner with the ball. Running straight over the far hash mark for a 4-yard gain.
And those are the types of gains that they're looking to get here. If you get 4 or 5 yards a play, this game's going to be over in short order because that's what the Bulldogs do best. They love just getting 4-yard gains, and we talked about in the first quarter. It's mirroring itself here in the fourth quarter. You got to be able to stop that before you get past 3 yards. 3 yards or less, the defense is doing their job, but once it's past that, offense is winning it.
Maury Smith in the game. Whitmill, Newkirk, Rayner, and Smith all seeing action at the running back position today for Chris Dutra, while Matt Garcia and both Gavin Grandal spending time at the quarterback position. Smith runs into traffic, bumps off the defense, and decides to go a different direction, and it looks like he might have gotten a Bulldog first down. And he did.
And Smith has been kind of that short yardage back so far this game. He had a 3-yard touchdown to start the thing and ended up getting almost into the end zone later. Here he shows his open field ability. Pushes it one way, comes back the other way, still remaining within the tackles. So great between the tackle play by Smith, and an even better job finding the cutback and getting the first down.
1st and 10 from the 35. Under 2 minutes remaining in the game. 42-23, Bulldogs in the lead, looking for win number 2 this season. 2019 defending their American Championship Bowl championship. Rayner.
21.
Definitely some problems.
And like I said,
these two teams are getting mouthy with each other.
The Wildcats are definitely acting up, and, Hancock just trying to get the spray ball out. Tell him, no, off the counter.
Come on.
This is getting really...
It looks
tricky.
equal to me. I don't know if I could blame West L.A.
I mean, for West LA, it's one of those things where you're down in the game. Just kind of finish it out. Let them talk. You guys are at home. Let the clock run out.
It's not that easy, though.
Yeah, I know.
Especially if it's going on for 2.5 hours.
And right now, Hancock is doing the same thing. They're telling their players to calm down as well. This is a mutual feeling. They don't want to start any major heated conflict here because this is a non-conference deal.
Gain of 4. 2nd and 6. Yeah, that's going to be against West LA. You saw what happened. You could see it happening once Smith was on the ground. The two guys that tackled him stood right over him.
And this is where it comes in. The referee's got to get involved with the penalties. And you talk to any official, you talk to any umpire, referee, they're going to come in and tell you they don't want to throw flags on unsportsmanlike conduct. It's forcing their hand when they have to do that. They want you to be able to resolve things on their own. When they got to throw the flag, it means it's gotten way out of line, and that's been the case all day today.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Stephen Ashby from the Wildcats. 15-yard penalty against the home team. 56.9 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs with a 42-23 lead. Hopefully you'll be back to tune in next week. A home game for the Bulldogs. 2 o'clock is the kickoff.
Right now, Hancock's looking over at the other side of the field and say, can we just take the knees, or are you guys going to call timeouts on us? Because
it's 1st and 10.
Both teams want to get out of here.
Yeah, the coaching staff needs to make sure that nothing extracurricular happens. And it looks like they're gonna go into the victory formation. And that should be it. A couple of them actually are right now on the field shaking hands, so we'll see what the coaching staff decides if they're going to have these teams. It looks like Seth Dameron is saying no, we're going straight out. We're leaving the field because there's just too much going on.
Out at midfield. He's telling his players get off the field. They're not going to do the handshake. Handshake is a customary thing, but I think that's the right decision in this game. It got too heated there at the end, even when the game was out of control for West LA, and these guys are competitors. You got to give it to West LA. They came out, they still fought to the final whistle, but ultimately Hancock proved to be too much. The physical run game, keeping drives alive, and just generally grinding down West LA inside, both on offense and defense. Fantastic job by the Bulldogs. They got some attitude issues that could take some looks at, but that's junior college.
Chris Dutra is pushing his team off the field as a couple more of the Wildcats are still mouthing off a little bit. And so Hancock's trying to get their players off the field as quick as possible. Seth Dameron is physically pushing a couple of his players off the field. And the Wildcats are going to wait to leave the field because there is some tension escalating on the field.
Well, next week is Citrus for Hancock College, and that's going to be a physical matchup as well. They got to make sure they have all their players out here. Last year, that was a one-score game at the end of the day. So Hancock cannot afford to lose anyone to a suspension from something stupid like mouthing off at the
ridiculous.
end of the game.
Ridiculous. All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. You know what? Actually, we're going to say goodbye because we don't think we're going to be getting any statistics. We will share with you final statistics of this game next Saturday in the pregame show right before Citrus and Hancock kick off at 2 o'clock. We once again appreciate you listening to Allen Hancock College right here watching our webcast week after week. The Bulldogs are now 2-1 on the season with a 42-23 win over West LA. I want to thank Brian Dill for his diligence in getting us set up today, even though we were getting ready in the rain. And welcome. Thank you, Stephen Hodges. We appreciate you sitting in and doing color commentating here on our game. You'll be back in 2 weeks. Charles Summer and you will be on the road at the Antelope Valley game. Next weekend it will be me and Irvin Kiger bringing you play-by-play coverage of Citrus and the Bulldogs. 1:45, a pregame show with kickoff at 2 o'clock once again. Thank you so much. From West LA College, your Bulldogs win it, 42-23. Thanks again for listening, folks. You've been listening and watching to the webcast at athletics.hancockcollege.edu.